My hair is a mess. I'm a mess. But it's all good. So, happy Self-Love Saturday. So today I wanted to share a very kind of special part of my journey, so to say. Something that's really led me to where I am today. So I hope that someone takes something important away from this video and can really learn and maybe not make the same mistakes I did. So let's get right into it. As many of you may know, I have been an NPC bikini competitor for the past 2 years, and I started my fitness journey about 4 years ago. Now, something that I was really unaware of that I had going on inside of me really came to a head, so to say, when I started competing. At the end of my first season, when I went right into my off season, I kind of just fell into these habits that were really strange but not new to me. Something that I had went through before, but I didn't even realize it. And these habits were binge eating. Now, you know, you hear the word binge eating and it's thrown around a lot lately. Like, oh yeah, bro, I binged out on a package of Oreos last night. Like, oh, my trainer's gonna hate me. Binge eating is not that. Binge eating is the excessive desire to constantly consume food, no matter how full you are, how disgusted you are, and how gross you feel. It's literally never knowing when to stop and going to any measure to obtain more food to eat it. You know, I'm not a medical advisor, and I can't self-diagnose myself, but from the habits I've had, I did consider myself at the time to be suffering from a binge eating disorder, and I started prepping again. Now, little did I know, fixing the problem with what created the problem in the first place, so to say, was not the best choice. So as hard as I tried, I was so scared to enter into an off season again because I was afraid of the same thing happening. And that fear kind of just consumed me again, and I fell into the same habits again. But like a little run through of what my day would be like if I was suffering from binge eating at that point. I would wake up and the first thing on my mind would be food. Like the first thing on my mind, and this is not a joke, like the first thing on my mind would be eating, and like eating excessively. So I would have breakfast. It would start out like a normal day. I would say, okay, I'm gonna start out, I'm gonna eat breakfast, and I'm gonna go on with my day. After that, I would just maybe like take a tablespoon of peanut butter. Before you know it, I was reaching in the cabinet to grab maybe a Nutri-Grain bar or something like that. And this would continue all day long. There was not one single second that I was either not eating or thinking about eating. I would go to stores to get more food, to come home, to lock myself in my room and repeat the habit all over again. Like, I'm telling you guys, this was not a joke. The whole point of my self-love video today is to remind you guys that food is nutrition. It is not therapy. It's fuel, not therapy. Food is fuel, not therapy. I think it's so easy when you become overwhelmed, stressed, dieted down, anything like that. The first thing we turn to is what we know. So if you're a smoker, you're gonna smoke heavier. If you're a drinker, you're gonna drink heavier. If you enjoy food, you're gonna eat more. And it's a natural thing. As humans, we don't know how to cope with stress, so we turn to what we know. But when it becomes an addiction, so to say, and consuming your life, it's a scary thing, because at that point in time, I didn't even want to date. I didn't want to hang out with friends. I didn't even want to go to the gym some days. I would go at hours that I knew not too many people would be there because I didn't want people to see me, because I was so embarrassed. People were going to look at me and be like, oh my goodness, what happened to this girl? She was like so slender a couple weeks ago, and now she like blew up. And, you know, it's so easy when you see things like this that happen to people. You're like, oh my God, that girl, she has no self-control. Like, that's disgusting. Like, it's so gross. This is gross that she's even sharing this. You know, there's some people who deal with this stuff who they're not as open as I'm being right now. And these are the people that get made fun of, etc. But you don't really know what they're going through. And the whole point of this video is to just share with you guys, like, hey, this is real. And if you're someone that's going through this, like, you will get out on the other side. It took me day by day, and it took me week by week. And there were some weeks that I had great days followed by a couple terrible ones. But you know what? I picked myself back up off the floor every single time, and I kept going. And that's what you do when you love yourself. Not in love with yourself. You're just going to let yourself become a part of the circumstances. Okay, well, I'm stuck here anyway, so might as well just keep running with it until it gets so bad that you're so fed up and out of anger, you decide to fix it. But if you realize, hey, I'm human, I keep making these mistakes and I don't want to be this way. I want to be better. Then that's when you learn to pick yourself back up and keep going. So there's one book I recommend to you guys, and it's called Brain Over Binge, and I will put the link below onto where to find it. If you're someone who suffered with any kind of eating disorders or anything like that, read this book. The mentality that this woman uses in this book is mind-blowing, and it just reminds you that you have the choice always, no matter what. So I really hope that this video helps you guys out and connects with at least one person so that I can make a difference for someone and help you guys just to remind yourself that no one's perfect and we're all gonna slip up, and sometimes it becomes a bigger problem than what you intended, but you always have a choice to be better, and that's just a reminder. So I hope you enjoy your Saturday, and I will catch you later.